So this is my G-Body. First, let me say I'm not really a G-Body guy. I'm a Nova guy, a 62 to 67 Nova guy, but I stumbled onto this G-Body real cheap. It's an 81 Malibu. I like them a lot. I started out doing some suspension work. I put the rear sway bar on, put a 411 posi in it. It's got a 5.3, it'll get a cam. It's got a 36 millimeter sway bar, got the ZQ8 brakes, rear disc brakes off a 02 Camaro. But the point of this video though was that I'm doing a G6 dash swap. So the way I decided to do my swap was, I've seen a lot of dash swaps on YouTube. I've seen cum laudes and I just stumbled onto Mr. Get In There. He's doing a G6 dash swap. So the first thing I noticed when I started doing this, what I decided to do first was mock the pad up, the shell, and get it where I wanted it first. Then I can use the shell to trim the aluminum bracing. So the first thing I noticed is that the steering wheel, the stock G-Body steering wheel, is not perfectly in the center of the dash when you center the dash in the car. So that's gonna have to be modified, but I'm not using, like others have, I'm not using that stock G-Body steering wheel. It just, steering column, it's not right. It screws up the whole thing for me. Well, what's the sense of doing a dash swap if you're going to use a stock G-Body steering column? So the way I decided to do this was mock the pad up first. In order to get the pad in a decent position relative to the brake pedal and the gas pedal, it needed to really come in. So you can see how far forward I've got this dash. That's as far as I can go. If I go any further, I won't be able to use the defrost. So what I'm going to do is trim a little bit of this out, and I may have to make my own duct work, but I've got the duct work from the G-Body and from the G6. So let me show you where I'm at. Let me get this down real quick. If I can get it. So here it is. So you can see by where I've got it now that I've got to open that hole up a little bit. What I plan to do is open the hole up a little bit, and then I'm going to cut this along this third grill to here. So I won't be using any of this out here, just this. So once I get that all figured out, then I'll start trimming the aluminum shell. I think it'll be a lot easier, because what I can do then is mount the dash pad to the aluminum shell and mark where I need to cut that aluminum shell. And then I've got aluminum brackets that I'm going to use to mount on the side, mount to where the kick panels are. These aluminum brackets. That'll help mount the aluminum bracing. As far as this gap, you'll never be able to get this dash in far enough that there's no gap between the factory panel and this without losing your defrost. So if the defrost is unimportant to you, you could do that, but then you would be running into problems here. See, if you move this in another 3 inches, then you got to cut this dash, trim the backside here, and fold it. but it could be done. But the distance from this curve where it meets the windshield to here is as far as you can go. You can't go any further than that, or you'd be cutting into the compound curve, which would be a nightmare to try to get it to look right. So that's where I'm at with it. Right now I'm still stripping it for paint. But the LKQ is having a half off sale next weekend, so I'll be getting the steering column that I'm going to use, which is a modern one without the key on the column, so I can use the stock dash G6 ignition switch. So, and the other thing I'm going to do with my dash swap is everything's going to be fully functional. I mean, I know other people say that their shit's fully functional, but I never see them turning on the heating and AC. You know, I mean, everything's going to be functional. I mean, down to the hood latch release, everything. So, good luck, y'all. Stay tuned.